What is happening, YouTube? How are you guys doing tonight? Um, got a little free time and wanted to get back to the Guitar Hero build. If you haven't been following along, I'll fill you in. Currently taking an II arcade, converting it over to a Guitar Hero. Initially, it's going to run off of an Xbox 360 with future plans to convert over to a PC, provided I find that the cabinet gets enough gameplay to make sense for that expense. The PC build for it is going to cost somewhere between $500 and $700, and so you get the cabinet and whatever in there included with all that. It just adds up real fast. So yeah, just kind of wanted to get going on some of it, and actually hoping to wrap this thing up over the weekend here. I think we have everything. The art came in, so we're going to take a look at that. We're going to apply some of it tonight. We're going to install the speakers, make them permanent. We're going to install the music or the lighting transformer in there, or whatever you want to call it, for the RGB lights that are built into the speakers. Remember, these speakers are a Marine speaker, so the wiring's a little bit different on the RGB. They're set up to be controlled off of a boat's battery and all that sort of thing. So just making a few mods here and there with the project. Yeah, it's been a lot of fun so far. I've been just kind of doing it a little bit in my spare time. They said, if you're just now checking this out, as I go through this project, I've been trying to share everything with you, completely transparent, not just what I'm using, how I'm using it, where I got it, what I paid for it, so that if you should decide you want to do something like this yourself later on, you'll know what to expect. So that being said, let's check out the art. The art, again, it came from Game On Graphics. I had to pay to have it designed. That was about a $90 fee. And then the art package was $200. I did get a 10% discount, so we're like $180, and he did free shipping. So that's what, $270 for the art package. Looking at the art, I like it. I've had art from a lot of different guys in the community. There's a lot of people that do them. It's actually pretty nice work. A lot of the time they'll come somewhat cut to size. These are more like sticker, but they're a vinyl. Well, we'll see as we get into this. So, give you guys a little bit of a glimpse here. This is going to be the side panel for the base of the II arcade. Yeah, let's see if I can find a place to lay this here as we go through them. There we go. I think that'll be safe. We'll see if the dog gets a hold of it. Next is side panel for the II arcade for the countertop portion of it. There's your next side panel for the lower half. It's got a really nice gloss to it, which is nice. The II arcades, they came with such a nice finish on them to begin with. This is going to be our front panel, and it's supposed to mimic a like a diamond plate pattern. Okay. So this is going to be our front panel. We're going to get this on tonight. Looking at it, it looks like, and I guess I didn't realize this in the design, we're shaded more on one side and one corner than we are the rest of it. But I think that'll look just fine. If I had a preference, I would have gone with no shading. But and then remember, we're completely redoing the control deck. So this is going to be our control deck panel. That is a really heavy duty vinyl. I can tell that that's going to hold up well. I don't need to have a, I don't think I'll need to have a plexiglass protector. So that'll be nice. And this is going to be the, I guess you'd call it the marquee or the header piece for the II Arcade. One thing I noticed, and I didn't know they were going to do this, there's cutouts for the speaker. So when I go to apply this, that'll stay on this sheet, which is fine, I think. I wish they hadn't done that. I could have cut that out myself. The II Arcade, and I'll show you guys, that panel, they used a 4x6 speaker. I think it was 4x6. And so the hole is cut funny for those. And then last, you have your other piece of the side panel there with the Guitar Hero Arcade. Boy, I think that looks good. I think it's going to turn out really nice. So I'm going to, tonight, we're going to install the header piece. And the front panel. And we're going to get our speakers installed into the front panel. So I will be right back, guys. I'm going to set this art somewhere safe. Take me 2 seconds here. I am really looking forward to getting back into my arcade because I've got about a third of it. Well, really with the desk holding the camera and everything here, half of it tied up right now for this project in space. I just don't have the room that I really would like to have. I'm going to bring you guys in a little bit here. Maybe not that much. I want you to be able to see what I'm doing. About there, I guess. Check on our chat. Let's see. So, no rec. What is phone records? I'm not sure what you're talking about there. And Butthole Winker 34. Well, hello, Butthole. So the first thing I do when I'm going to lay the art, I take it out of its package and I let it sit upside down, typically 12, 24 hours until I'm ready to apply it. And that way, because it'll come in a, usually rolled up in a tube, and it just doesn't lay out flat very well. So I think we're going to go ahead and get the bigger piece out of the way here. And normally I start out a little rubbing alcohol, clean this up a little bit, get any oil off. Most of these panels are still brand new, so I won't need to do that. However, because I've been drilling on this one and whatnot, I will go ahead and clean it up tonight. A lot of the time I'll do this when I install vinyl. I do it dry. There's so many different ways to do this. You do what works good for you. I'm thinking that we may try it with a little bit of soap and water tonight and do a wet install. But yeah, I usually do it dry. And I've never had any real issues with anything peeling or whatnot. Yeah. Okay, so got her cleaned up. We're gonna need our soap and water, a little masking tape, razor knife, and I use a scalpel. You don't really need the scalpel, but it's a preference for me. You could do it with just an X-Acto knife. One thing that you do want, though, is to make sure you have sharp blades. So I'm just going to change out the blades here in this, and I'll change them out in the X-Acto knife as well. I'm going to throw that one in the trash. This one I think actually has a new blade in it, so I could probably just flip it. We will see. And I'm going to say no, we're going to go ahead and just replace that blade. But I have some here ready to go. Now, I want to go on record making it clear this is in no way a tutorial. This is just what works best for me. Any of this you attempt at home, you do so at your own risk. All that good stuff. There's lots of good tutorials out there, though, on laying this vinyl. Most of the websites have a video link. What did I do wrong here? Something's not laying right in there. Yeah, most of them have a pretty good video link. So if you're new to this, well, come on. You know, I can never get these X-Acto knives to work right. Okay. No. So I think I'd mentioned in my last stream, I bought a truck, new pickup online. The entire process was online. It was delivered this week. I was very apprehensive about it. I had never purchased a vehicle online before in any fashion, other than looking and then going to see it in person. There we go. The process went very well. It went really smooth. The truck came, and it's gorgeous. I couldn't be happier. So, yeah, it worked out great. So now this is going to be our top. Okay. Boy, there's not much much to this. There's usually you have some bleed or a little leftover, if you will. This is actually a little on the short side. Huh. I am coming up 1/4 inch shy. 1/2 inch maybe. We're going to go ahead and apply it. And I'm going to email him and let him know. Yeah, so I'm coming up just a little shy. My width is good. Actually, width is good, but my height is a little shy on this. I think we're gonna put the gap at the top. Because it'll hide underneath the deck best there. Then what I want to do is take my painter's tape and I'm going to go at about the middle here, maybe just a little more than center. And I'm going to tape it down on both sides. Making sure that I'm lined up good. And I need to come over there and get my beverage. A little parched tonight. We'll check the chat. So this is Keith. We need to cut to the chase. Not sure what this is about. And I'm not sure what you're talking about, No Rec. No, we don't do calls here, bud. Sorry. I'm not sure what you're talking about. Privacy Act. I have no idea what you're talking about. Anyways. Very simple process here. We're going to peel it back. I'm going to cut off the backing. I'm very careful not to cut into the panel because I don't want to create a crease when I do. I'm also going to need a felt squeegee. And this doesn't take much. We're going to go ahead and just put a little bit of the soapy water down. Like I said, I usually go dry. This is the first time I've used the soap method. So we're going to give it a shot. And Just slowly start working your way down with it. It's a little bit of a challenge here because I've got those speaker holes, but at the same time, that's kind of a benefit because it helps to release any air that may get trapped towards that section. It was an interesting show of Super Game Room dudes tonight. If you didn't catch that, oh, I'm wrinkling there, so I'm just going to give it a quick yank and we'll come at it again. Yeah, they had Numbskull Arcades on. I caught it late. He was talking about a book they're introducing. So, yeah. I'm going to say, yeah, I didn't care for the soapy water effect. I've got a few areas here where it doesn't seem like it's sticking because of it. And it could be that maybe it's because I use too much. So, I think what we're going to do is we're going to probably let this dry tonight before we start cutting into it and trimming it. So we probably won't get those speakers in tonight. Let it dry down and see if that helps it hold better. And when I do the top section here, I think what I'll do is just a little less of the soap. So I'm just going to cut my blue tape away, pull that off. And yeah, that's what we're going to do for that. See if that makes a difference. Okay, so I'm not going to pull off the backing completely. I'm going to pull it off about halfway and hold it while I apply. Again, you may have practice that works better for you. This is just what has worked good for me in the past. Okay. And now I've got it down to a pretty manageable amount. I'll go ahead and pull that off. Well, yeah, I think it was the soap, because using less, this seemed to work out a lot better this way. Um, I've still got a few areas here where it doesn't seem to want to go down. And then I've got a few areas here where it's really going down. And I'm struggling to get that air out as I apply it. Oh. Yep, very light on the soap. That would be the lesson I learned tonight. Honestly, I think, yeah, I prefer the dry method. Okay, so it's on. We're going to let it dry before we trim our edges and cut out our speakers holes. And so we're going to go ahead and do the header piece or top panel. Now I've already removed the speaker covers. And just as a reminder, we are using JBL speakers in here. This one's going to be a little more interesting to do because we're still on the, well, I think what I'll do is I'll trim it out, cut some of the white backing away, and then we'll start with it from there. The smaller pieces are a little bit easier to do, but with this being the piece that it is, it really needs to look good because it's going to be right there at eye level. So basically what I'm doing is just trimming this down to a more manageable piece of material here. Here we go. And yeah, I mean, looks like we're cut to fit pretty good. I don't think we'll have any size issues there. But it is super tight. There's really no bleed. That would be my one suggestion to Game On Graphics, is to give us a little more bleed, you know, quarter, half inch, so that we can trim it away and have some room for error. There we go. Kind of difficult to lay this out around the cutouts. There we go. Oh. The vinyl's wanting to wrinkle on me. So I'm just trying to get past that spot there, because it's really not cooperating. I think we're going to try just a touch more of this here. And I'm not even going to leave it all on there. I'm going to wipe some of it away. I just need to get past that little area there. What am I hitting? There we go. This just is not working out well at all. Guys, I apologize for being so quiet here. This header piece just is not cooperating with me. It started great. Now, starting to think it's so wrinkled, I'm not going to be able to salvage it. You just got to get past that little spot right there. It acts like there's something on the board, but there is nothing there. I think I've just wrinkled the vinyl to the point that I'm not going to get it to lay straight. Well, that's disappointing. But the good thing is, it's just vinyl. Not the end of the world. I can order another piece. And I may be able to bring a heat gun out later and soften it and work some of that out. I think that's what we're going to hope for. So anybody in the chat going to buy the new Golden Tee XL with the Midway games on it? I have no interest in it. Of course, I already have the original XL, and I have the Defender cabinet with all those games on it already. So, it was good to see that they didn't just make another Mortal Kombat. I thought that would have been really weird. Not that what they did do wasn't weird. Boy, I am just not having luck here with this thing at all. This may turn out to just be the II Arcade hero. Yeah, this is. I'm going to step away from this piece, guys, because this is not working out, and I'm going to have to contact him and order a replacement. I have wrinkled this thing. It looks horrible. It started great. It just did not finish well. So, yeah, I don't have the interest in that guitar or that II Arcade. So let's check the chat. We've got a pretty active chat tonight compared to normal. Well, let's see. Looks like we need to probably remove some people tonight. There's some inappropriate people here. Hello, Chris. Thanks for the sub. Right. The dog does whatever he wants to do, Chris. And yeah, I think it was time to bail on that one. Yeah, thanks for the subs, guys. Dream Arcade Machine would be pole position. There's currently not a 3/4 scale pole position, so I do have a Ridge Racer that I've been looking to convert. The problem that I have with it is that it won't have a 360-degree steering wheel, which was kind of important for me. So, yeah, unfortunate that that piece did not work out. I might see if I can pull that vinyl, like I said, and heat it a little bit with a heat gun. That may loosen it up a little bit and get some of the wrinkles out so it'll lay flat. So, well, guys, that being said, I'm going to take a break. We're going to end the stream. If you haven't liked and subscribed yet, please do. This is a spare time build. So when I get time to build, I'm going to come in live. It might be 4 in the morning. It might be 4 in the afternoon. So make sure you hit that bell for notifications. Appreciate you stopping by. And as always, may you play until your fingers bleed.